We were discussing previously the hearing abnormalities. In part 1, I have discussed up to the amount how you are going to diagnose the loss of the amount of the deafness through the voice test and watch test. To diagnose the exact type of the deafness, we can have the Rinne's test, Weber test, Chopes test, Pink test. Through these tests, you come to know about the air conduction and the bone conduction. Normally, we have the air conduction, which is double to the bone conduction. In the Rainey's test, it is performed on the same ear to check the bone conduction and the air conduction. In the Weber's test, one ear is compared with the opposite ear, and in the Chopes test, the bone conduction of the subject is compared with the examiner's hearing ability. In the Bing test, tuning fork to forehead is applied and to watch or to diagnose the lateralization of the hearing loss. Either it is towards the right side more loss, either or towards the left side, so that can be checked through the Ing test. One important question is which test in newborn babies you can have, either these or any special type of the test. So the answer of this question is that in the newborns we can have the two important tests named as OAE and ABR. What are these tests? The first one is the autoacoustic emission test, in which you are placing very small earphone in the ear so that the sounds are played, and in response to that the graph is measured. The graph is plotted. You can have this picture, in which it is shown that the small earphones, they are applied to the ear of the newborn, through which the sound is given to the newborn and the response is plotted over the graph. And the second one is the auditory brainstem response test, in which the small band-like structure, band-like electrodes, they are placed on the baby's head to detect the response. Sounds are presented to the ears using small earphones, and the electrodes pick up the responses from the hearing nerve, and a computer measures the responses to identify babies who have a hearing loss. You can have this one. This is the band which is tied over the head, and different sounds they are given to the ear of the newborn, and the response is plotted over the graph. Or in the audiometry, what is that one? This is a very nice instrument through which not only the amount of the deafness that can be calculated, but also the type of the deafness. Both of these, they can be measured, they can be diagnosed in this audiometry, so that you can have a greater range of the frequencies and intensities, and also you can have the control of the sound. So because of this audiometry, each and everything related to the hearing loss, that becomes very much clear. This is a picture showing how the presbycusis take place. You can see this one. This is just similar to the presbyopia, which is the loss of vision, which is the abnormality related to the eye due to the age factor. So, due to the age factor, the loss of the hearing, that is called the percusis, and in this one you can see what is the change occurring due to the hearing loss. This one, the sound waves which can be easily heard in the age of the 90, and now they can be listened at the age of the 60. So this is the change showing the through this graph, and this is the age related hearing loss. You can have one more graph plotted in which you can compare the air conduction and the bone conduction. This is the graph related to the age factor. You can see both of these, they are affected almost equally, but air conduction is somewhat more, but you can have the idea that both of these they are affected as compared to the this one, which is due to the middle ear conduction deafness. In that, the bone conduction is almost reaching to the normal. You can see this one almost equal to the normal, but you can have gross decrease in this one air conduction, as the air pathway is blocked, and maybe due to the middle ear cavity ossicles abnormality, or maybe just presence of the wax that is going to obstruct the pathway. So this thing I am telling you again and again about the wax, because we start the other test, Rayleigh's test, Weber's test, and all these tests, but ignore the presence of the wax. So starting from the history, then inspection. On inspection, you must have the ear speculum examination also to diagnose or for the wax presence, to diagnose the this factor for the middle ear conductive deafness. For the treatment, that mainly depends upon the cause. Either it is due to just the presence of the wax, so remove that one. Nothing else. No other treatment. If it is related to any infection or injury, then you must treat the cause. So the deafness will be treated firstly according to the treatment of the exact cause. In general, we have the rule that firstly we have the medical treatment. If it fails, we can have the surgical treatment. Regarding the surgical treatment for the deafness, you can have this one in which the bone and device is surgically implanted so that it works through the direct bone conduction. The system works by enhancing natural bone transmission as a pathway for sound to travel to the inner ear, bypassing the external auditory canal and the middle ear. And this is the same thing as I have discussed already. You can have this animation, very nice animation, in which the clear floating mass transducer that is placed in the middle ear cavity to enhance the conduction of the sound waves directly from the tympanic membrane reaching to the oval window, bypassing all these smaller ossicles of the middle ear cavity. In some instances of conductive deafness, the faceplate of the stapes becomes ankylosed by bone overgrowth to the edges of the oval window. So in that case, the person becomes totally deaf for the ossicular conduction but can regain almost normal hearing by the surgical removal of the stapes and its replacement by a minute Teflon or metal prosthesis that transmits the sound from the incus to the oval window, as I have already discussed, and very nice animation is shown to you to explain all these surgical processes. So with this we complete the hearing abnormalities. Inshallah, in coming videos we will discuss the other sensation including the taste and the smell. So thank you. Allah Hafiz.